Another marquee match is now set for WrestleMania 37. Apollo Crews is suddenly interesting, and I'm going to try and make it throughout this entire video without pulling out my hair because a member of the Riott Squad lost again on Friday. Let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm Rick Ucchino. Here's the good, the bad, and the ugly for this week's Friday Night SmackDown. As always, we will start with the good, and this is something we knew was going to happen the second that Bianca Belair won the Royal Rumble, but it is now official. It will be Sasha Banks and Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 37 for the SmackDown Women's Championship. There was some unnecessary Reggie stuff again this week. He once again told Bianca not to choose Sasha because she would lose that matchup. Just again forgetting the fact that it was Asuka who spent the better part of last summer beating Sasha. So, logic. Yeah. Regardless, this was the right matchup. These two are absolutely going to crush it, and this should absolutely be one of the main events. I don't care if it's night 1 or night 2. Where I am torn, though, is who should win. On one hand, you have Bianca Belair, who deserves her crowning moment on the grandest stage of them all. Also, she would become the first woman not named Ronda Rousey, Asuka, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, or Bayley to win either the Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship since the summer of 2018. On the other hand, you have Sasha Banks, who has never won a match at WrestleMania. The boss, laying a goose egg on the grandest stage of them all. That simply cannot stand, man. So I guess one way to look at it is, I'll be happy. Either way. The other way is, I'm also going to be disappointed too. Cesaro and Seth Rollins are about to make some utter magic together. Whether that happens at Fastlane or WrestleMania, this match is going to slap. I guarantee you. And if Friday was any indication on how this build-up will go, the road to this matchup is going to be a lot of fun. Cesaro literally swung Rollins out of his jacket on Friday after the Messiah said that he lacked a certain killer instinct needed to be successful. The thing I really loved about Rollins' promo on Friday is all of it was true. Every word of it. Cesaro is one of the best talents in the company, yet Seth has accomplished things that Cesaro can only dream of. Maybe, just maybe, a win over Seth Rollins can finally put him on that path. Also, WWE, please feel free to tease me all you want with the Edge and Daniel Bryan dream matchup scenarios, because that match, now that it has been mentioned on television, is absolutely going to happen one day. The Rated R superstar isn't asking Daniel Bryan who he thinks is going to win between the two of them if we're not going to see that match. It's not a question of if anymore, it is a question of when. Finally, on the smiling side of the scoreboard, I gotta give it up to Apollo. We learned more about this guy in a 5-minute promo than we have in 7 years. At first, I thought the new gear was some kind of like green Power Ranger inspired get-ups. That was some good level stuff, and it would even fit, considering the recent heel turn. But no, the new gear is actually inspired by Apollo's real-life Nigerian roots, promoting pride, power, and dominance. Couple that with all of this badass aggression that we've seen out of the man recently, and I am a big fan of the new Apollo Crews. What I am not a fan of this week, as we move on now to the bad, was the ending of SmackDown. What seemed like an obvious conclusion just didn't happen at all. And usually I do like to be surprised, but this was just poor execution, to be honest with you. Even superstars the caliber of Daniel Bryan and Jey Uso are gonna mess up every now and again. The match ended in a double countout when either man clearly were in the right position and had 4 or 5 seconds to break the count and continue the matchup. They just chose not to get into the ring. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I heard Daniel Bryan ask Jey Uso to throw him into the steel ring steps. So it was kind of a bit of a mess there at the end. But even if everything was executed to perfection, I still wouldn't like the ending, because I think eventually we are going to see Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at Fastlane. It just makes too much sense not to do it. So they might as well have just booked the match now. But with Bryan not winning on Friday, it does open up some options for the card, and it leaves us guessing a little, so alright, that's not necessarily that bad of a thing. And finally, The ugly this week. You know, last week I pined, I begged, I pleaded for the Riott Squad to win a match. Somebody involved with the Riott Squad to win a match. This week, Liv Morgan loses to Tamina. Clean as a whistle. No Billy Kay distraction, no. Liv Morgan lost to Tamina.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
No, you know, I can't do it. Can't do it. I can't do it. I'm not talking about it. Can't do it.